For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. Also, I've got a new merchandise store, hats, hoodies and new tee designs, all available right now on the link in the description. Hey guys, welcome to episode 5 of the Everton career mode here on FIFA 16. It arrived at last, the Everton shirt that I ordered about a week ago, hoping that it would arrive in time for episode 1. Didn't, but it is now here, so finally on episode 5, I have my Everton kit on. I'm going to be doing this for every manager mode series that I do this year. I'm going to buy the shirt of the team that I'm playing as and then wear it in the videos. So that's the plan, and thankfully, at last, I can now do it in this Everton series. Today, we start with a game against Stoke at home. We are very close to the end of the transfer window, only a handful of days left, and then we'll head into the season proper. So we've got Manchester United in the Football League Cup that's coming up a little bit later. I'm going to stick to 2 games per episode for now because we're still in early access. As soon as we get out of early access and I get my hands on the full game where I have unlimited hours worth of play, then we'll go back up to 3 games per episode as we normally do. If you are new to the channel, I normally play 2 games per episode in the transfer window because obviously the transfer action bumps up the the length of the video to a decent length, and then when we're out of the transfer window I normally play 3 games per video. But like I say, with early access and limited hours and needing to record this series and the My Player on this account and the Journey on another account with limited hours, I'm only going to play 2 games per video for now. But there's not long now, only a couple of days until the game is fully released, so as such, once that has happened, we'll be able to play 3 games per episode as I normally will. So, Stoke, then the end of the transfer window, then Sunderland away. Not going to be easy. Stoke, as we saw at the end of yesterday's episode, are actually having a very good season so far. They sit 3rd, just behind us in the league. But equally, we've had a great start to the season too. So we will, fingers crossed, be able to improve even more and get a bigger margin of victory today. Actually, what I need to do here is take Stekelenburg out of the starting lineup and put in Sergio Rico, who of course is our 5th and final signing of this save. We now have Axel Witsel, we have Sergio Rico, we have Stefan Jovetic, we have Iñaki Williams, and we have James Ward-Prowse. In fact, is that 6? James Ward-Prowse. Ed Valencia is in on loan, of course. James Ward-Prowse, Jovetic, Williams, Witsel, Rico. 5. It is 5. Good. I'm getting lost. We've signed so many players. I was getting carried away. Right then, let's jump into the game against Stoke City and hopefully we can get a victory. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too for more Everton career mode, My Player and the Journey videos. There will be, when will you see this? Sunday, I think. There will be, or will have been, the Journey episode uploaded earlier on this afternoon, so check the channel page for it. If you don't know what and when I upload, I've updated my schedule in the description of every video and on the About tab of the channel page. So if you want to know what videos go up and when, then check that schedule and you'll find out. Right then, into Stoke City game we go. Starting lineup is pretty strong. I've actually started Balassi again on the left-hand side because he did very well in the previous game against West Brom. And Sergio Rico comes into the starting lineup as you saw earlier on. Other than that, as you might expect the starting lineup to look like. Interested to see what the Stoke side looks like. I don't know whether they've made any signings in this window so far. You can see Arnautovic there and Shaqiri. So they're going to have a strong team. That's my manager character, obviously. There's Mark Hughes. Sparky, as he used to be called, but let's have a look and see what the Stoke City lineup looks like. Butland, Johnson, Muniz, Shawcross, Eric Peters, Whelan, Shaqiri, Joe Allen. He's obviously a new signing from Liverpool. Janelli and Bula, Arnautovic, Shaqiri, Wilfred Boney, who's a new signing from Manchester City. So no new signings from the save, but some new signings that Stoke did in real life. So we'll have to wait and see how we get on. I'm actually quite nervous about playing against Wilfred Boney because strength is very important in this year's game, and you can't get much stronger a player in FIFA than Wilfred Boney. So it's going to be interesting to see if we can keep him quiet. We were able to keep Salomon Rondon fairly quiet, and he's one of the strongest players in the Premier League on FIFA as well. So fingers crossed we'll be able to do the same to the Ivorian, but we'll have to wait and see. Ben Johnson, early cross, and it comes. Arnautovic heads wide. That was a decent opportunity. Arnautovic, a mismatch really at the back post. Should have done much better with that header up against Seamus Coleman. That was rather poor from him. Thankfully though, Sergio Rico hasn't been tested in the opening 5 minutes. Stoke playing 5 in the midfield as you saw, so presumably they're going to be pretty hard to break down. Which is going to be quite frustrating, but we'll try our best to just pick our way through, and we're doing that quite well here. McCarthy could get a shot off. He's in the box. James McCarthy could save by Jack Butland. He was a popular option for goalkeeper, but we just didn't really have the money to be able to go after Jack Butland. Barkley could be up for this. Header is down, but it's not really a dangerous attempt, and they've managed to clear it away. If I can win this header, which I can't do, we could have had another opportunity, but unfortunately the chances have gone, and Boney just bounces off Ross Barkley. Leighton Baines trying to close down Janelli and Bula, but can't get there. Phil Jagielka crossed in. Oh, Seamus Coleman can't get his clearance done properly, but Ashley Williams thankfully outmuscles Marko Arnautovic. McCarthy, Barkley, try and commit the defender, which he's done well. Ross Barkley deflected off Shawcross. Out for a corner. Let's see if we can get something from this one. Last one didn't really help us, actually. It was a poor header. Oh, that's a better header from Witsel rather than Ross Barkley's poor one last time. But still, straight at the keeper. Having chances again in this one. And I actually managed to beat Bonnie in the air for the first time. That's a good sign. At least I'm not going to be overly terrified every time the ball goes through the air towards him now, knowing that I can actually beat him in an aerial battle. Because to this point, I hadn't. He'd won every single header that I challenged him for. And now switch up against Baines. Trying his best here. I don't know why Baines is over at right back and Seamus Coleman is over at left back, but Baines has done well enough to win it back, but then loses out to Arnautovic. That's a great cross. Boney, awkward shot, but it is going to be a corner to Stoke. He almost let it come across his body and then took the shot with his back to it there, Boney. That was really strange. Shaqiri with the cross towards the edge of the box. Arnautovic wins the header. Need to get this away, thankfully. Boney knocks it out for a goal kick. Stoke's first chance, I suppose. Can't really call it that big a chance, but first opportunity to get a goal. Thankfully, though, didn't really come close. McCarthy, dink that over towards Balassi. Get there ahead of this defender. We've done well. Nice turn, but where do we go here? There's a number of... Oh, squeeze it back through that gap. That's where we're going to go. Lukaku with the turn. Goes down. Oh, Witsel fires wide. Probably would have preferred the free kick there, actually, but it dropped to Axel Witsel and decided to hit it straight away. It would have been a really good position for a free kick. Just couldn't quite get it on target. We're getting closer to a goal, though. Again, game full of chances. Balassi steals it off the defender. Witsel shows some good strength here, and he did. It needed him to do exactly that in that situation. Pass it in there to Leighton Baines, get it on his left foot, and maybe go for a cracker for the top corner. Yeah, that wasn't really the top corner, was it? 0-0 at half-time. Inside to Peters. Across to Glenn Whelan. Stoke getting a little bit more adventurous now, playing some better football. Out wide to Glenn Johnson. There's no one in the box yet. He's decided to cross it anyway. Boney arrives straight at Sergio Rico, thankfully. Good opportunity that. There was no one in the box, but Boney just arrived at the right time to be able to get there. He's giving that straight to Yannick Balassi. Why would you do that? Poke that through looking for Lukaku. It's a great ball and a great run. Romelu Lukaku, a mistake from Stoke. They've been rock solid until this point, but the one defensive mistake that they make, giving it straight to Yannick Balassi, and it's cost them a goal. Balassi and Lukaku have linked up very well so far in real life, and they've done so again here in this save. Good finish from Lukaku. Nice ball around the corner from Balassi. Lukaku did well to work the position on his left foot. Wasn't the most accurate of finishes, but powered it into the back of the net. 1-0 Everton. Just give that straight to James McCarthy. Stoke making all the mistakes now. We've got them wrestled. We'll give that to Witsel and get it around the corner. Is it Witsel or Witsel? I don't know. If there are any Belgians out there, do let me know. Using Lukaku's pace here, we'll drill it across. Looking for the man at the back post. Wild attempt from Deulofeu. I perhaps shouldn't have tried to shoot there, as it was a little bit too far wide. If I'd have maybe tried to pull it back for a second time, but not there was anyone to... Well, no, I maybe could have pulled it back to Balassi. Never mind. We've got our lead at least, so it's not. I'm not too worried about missing that right now. They just put on Bojan for Janelli and Bula, though, so they're clearly going to try and get themselves an equaliser with a more attacking change. There goes the final whistle, a 1-0 win against Stoke. Another hard-fought victory, though. They had some good chances in that game, especially a couple of headers from Wilfred Bonney, but were able to see out the victory. A third clean sheet in a row in the Premier League and a third win in a row in the Premier League. And after the way pre-season went, I couldn't be happier with the turnaround, to be completely honest. That was absolutely perfect. 12 shots, 4 on target. I still need to improve my my conversion rate when it comes to taking shots. And I think once I do get the hang of scoring more of my shots, I'll take the step up to legendary. But for now, whilst I'm still only kind of scraping 1-0 wins, I think we'll leave it on world class for the time being. We haven't really faced a tough test yet. Tottenham was a difficult game, but we were still pretty dominant in it. It'll be interesting to see how we get on against the likes of Chelsea or Manchester City or Arsenal or Liverpool to compare kind of Liverpool and Arsenal to Tottenham, and then obviously Chelsea, City and United will be a different challenge entirely. But I'm delighted with how this Premier League season is going so far. We do still have a couple of players left that we would be open to selling in this window or sending out on loan. Actually, I want to put Joel Robles on the list. There he is. We're going to list Joel Robles and add him to the transfer list because obviously we've brought in Sergio Rico now, so we don't need him. And then the money that I'm able to make from that deal... In fact, let me just have a quick look at my budget. If I can transfer all this money across here, I might go out. In fact, I am going to go out and get a really good youth scout. I'll have a quick show you, though, of the financial situation right now. Our expenses are a lot higher still than our earnings by £49 million. But we are selling some player shirts, which is good, which, of course, we need to do with regard the other targets for our job. We've sold nearly £30 million worth of shirts so far. Unfortunately, stadium maintenance is costing us, but a lot of the money has gone out in player transfers, to be honest. Travel costs, the plane tickets there from the earlier pre-season tour are racking up. But youth development-wise, I still need to grow a youth player, but I need to sign a youth academy player first. With regards the brand exposure, we've already sold 43% of the shirt sales we need in this first season. That's fantastic. We will surely meet that short-term goal. Financially, we need to increase the club's worth by 20%. We have made no progress on that so far, unfortunately. And hopefully, though, if we're able to finish in a decent league position, that should really up the club worth. I'm not sure what the club worth is at present. Let's have a look, shall we? Club worth is 743 million. 62 or 620,000 pounds. The projection, however, is 792 million. So that would give us an extra 50 odd, wouldn't it? Ish. So that could go towards the previous objective. That's good. We're making good progress here at Everton. This has been a fantastic start to the Premier League season. I could not be happier. And the transfer window is about to come to a close as well. These are the... I'll move myself out of the way for deadline day. These are the biggest... Actually, I'll just go to the end of deadline day. If nothing happens, then I'll run through. If something happens, I'll show you. But I will, at the end of deadline day, run through all of the teams in the Premier League and show you who's done what in this window. We've had a transfer offer for Joel Robles. Perfect timing. Just before the end of the transfer window. I'd like a little bit more than that. If you could give me... Actually, 4.6 is a decent offer. If you could give me 5.2, then I'd be happy with that. I'd probably accept 4.6 if they came back in with that, to be fair. But if I can get a little bit more out of them, I shall do. There are 5 hours left in transfer deadline day. So let's wind down. You can see they're one of the biggest deals that's gone through in deadline day. Özil's gone to Barcelona for £70 million, which is massive. And West Brom have said... they're going to match it. Brilliant. Well, Joel Robles is on his way out by the looks of things. Wolfsburg are not getting Romelu Lukaku. Nobody's getting Romelu Lukaku. He's staying right here at Goodison Park. He's gone. £5.2 million to West Brom, 3.8 of which has been added to my transfer budget. One thing I actually haven't done yet is to go and get the scout that I was going to do. We still have... oh, there's another big deal that's gone through. We've still got... I'll go to the final hour and then we'll do the rundown. I've got an email there. I'm not too sure. It'll be a bit late for any sort of transfer bid to go through now. It is a transfer offer for Tom Davies. All right. Well, we'll send him out on loan. That one can be accepted and done within the final hour. So he's going to go out. Let's have a look at some youth scouts, so I really want to sign a good youth scout and bring through some more young talent because we need to. Where can I do that? It will be in the office tab. It is. Youth staff. Let's find a scout. Who's the... well, there aren't many good ones. We'll just have to go with Charlie Hughes for now then. Never mind. I should have enough money to bring in some more. I might wait until there are some better ones available. Although now we have Eusebio Vasquez, so we'll sign him. And they're going to throw in another amazing one. There we go. That's what we were after. Simon Roche. £3.4 million. 5-star, 5-star. Fantastic. I'm going to send those guys out. But before we do that, let's show you what's happened in the transfer window, shall we? There is 1 hour left. The biggest... I'll move myself out of the way. I've probably been in the middle. I'll try and remember in editing. But the biggest deals of the window to this point, and will remain the biggest deals of the window, £79.5 million. Griezmann to Manchester United. Özil, £70 million to Barcelona, and Matuidi has gone to Bayern Munich for 38.5 million. All of the deals in the Premier League, though, let's show you. Arsenal have brought in Aymeric Laporte and Raphael Varane for a total of 74.5, and they've recouped almost all of that with that Özil deal. Bournemouth have brought in Tom Heaton for 4.6 million. Burnley obviously sold Heaton, brought in Mvogo, and Mvogo's a keeper, isn't he, I think? And Tosevitsky, perhaps? Don't know. Chelsea have brought in Vardy, Javi Martinez and Jankto. I don't know who Jankto is, I'll be completely honest. Crystal Palace brought in Clément Grenier from France, and Fazer, Ferry and Toprak, which is a good defensive signing. He'll be very good for them at centre-back. We've bought £88 million worth of players to the club. Ward-Prowse, Witsel, Williams, Jovetic and Rico. Of course, we've sold Lennon, Barry, Nias, Kone and Cleverly. I think we've sold a couple, and in Joel Robles as well. He just doesn't fit on there for some reason. It'd be good if it scrolled, wouldn't it? So you could see all of the deals that you'd done. But never mind. Hull have brought in Svelas. Don't know how to pronounce that. I apologise. Leicester have brought in Sumaro, Martinovic and Tasci. I don't know how to pronounce that either. Adrian and Jorginho are in at Liverpool. Mamadou Sakho has left. I'm not sure which Adrian that is, but Jorginho, obviously the holding midfielder from Napoli. Manchester City brought in Dries Mertens from Napoli. Man United brought in Griezmann, as we saw, and Rabiot from Paris Saint-Germain. Ray has gone to Middlesbrough. Cleverly is in at Southampton. Obviously, we sold him to them and signed Ward-Prowse from them. El Kadori, though, has moved there from Napoli. Tottenham brought in Cherney and Bai Niang, who they did in the capture event footage I brought to you earlier on as well. And they've signed Bobadilla. Roland and Babacar have gone to Stoke. They've sold Mambaram Diouf, but Babacar will come in to replace him. Nias and Kone both went to Sunderland from us, and they've sold Tito Manone, or Vito Manone. Tito Manone? Vito Manone? I can't remember. Swansea haven't done any business in this window. Watford have signed Jordren. West Brom have spent £32.5 million. De Silva, Kolejijak, Robles and IQs. West Ham have brought in Kosia, the right back, and Manone, and they've sold Adrian. That'll be the Adrian that we saw earlier on then. So West Ham have sold their goalkeeper and brought in Manone as a replacement. That is a downgrade if you ask me, but never mind. That's going to bring the transfer window to a close. We will head now into the game against Sunderland. My starting lineup looks as follows. Morales, Lukaku, Iñaki Williams on the right. Witsel, McCarthy and James Ward-Prowse. Baines, Funes Mori, Jagielka, Coleman, Rico. We'll have a look and see what the Sunderland starting lineup is once we get into the game, but I'm hoping for another 3 points. Fabio Borini has 3 goals in his last 3 matches. Might be quite difficult to play against Sunderland if they're a team that are scoring a handful of goals right now. They're 7th in the league, so they've had a decent start to the season. Question is, can we try and halt their good start to the season whilst maintaining ours? Mika, Manquillo, Kone, Gilaboji, Van Arnholt is their back 4 in defence. Again, another side playing 5 in midfield. Pienaar, Kershaw, McNairly, Catamol, Fabio Borini on the right. So 3 goals from right mid is very good. Jermaine Defoe starting up top for them, who scored twice, I think, for Sunderland this afternoon for Sunderland in real life. I'm recording this Saturday afternoon. Everton currently 1-0 down to Bournemouth, unfortunately, after a great start to the season for them in real life that we're kind of replicating here. Actually losing now to Bournemouth IRL, so maybe that will happen to us. We'll have to wait and see. But so far, we are doing almost exactly what Everton did in real life in FIFA as well. Catamol. Oh, what a through ball. Jan Kershaw's in behind. Sergio Rico with a great save. How has he got that much space there? He just ran straight through. Nobody followed the run. It was a decent strike as well. Thankfully, Sergio Rico's 6'4" and was able to save that. Corner to come in from former Everton man, Stephen Pienaar. James Ward-Prowse, I'm just getting rid of that. I'm not taking any risks at the back right now. Oh God, Lukaku, that was a heavy touch. Axel Witsel might get in the no, Paddy McNair does well. Wowzers, what a start. Sunderland showing their intentions straight from the off. Kirchhoff has been running things in the midfield for Sunderland in this game. I've missed the tackle on Stephen Pienaar. He's kind of getting away here. The early cross is good. Catamol gets there. Was that blocked? No, I think Baines knocked it onto Catamol, which took it out for a goal kick, thankfully. That was very close. Ball came in. Yeah, I think Baines kicked it against Catamol, thankfully. Wow, that could have gone anywhere. Sunderland have been the better team so far. This is the first time in the BPL, not the BPL, it's not Barclays anymore. First time in the Premier League that we've actually struggled to create chances in a game and have been dominated rather than doing the dominating ourselves. It's Leighton. Very well done. Poke that there to Witsel. Maybe go back to Morales. He should have the legs maybe to get away from Manquillo here, and does. Axel Witsel's making a good run. Let's pull that back. Oh, they nearly scored an own goal. Oh, I was looking for Iñaki Williams at the back post. That's the closest we've come to a goal so far, and it wasn't even going to be an Everton player that might have scored it. McNair. Oh, what a ball through. That's a wonderful through ball to Manquillo, the right back. Jermaine Defoe trying to get it off him here with Funes Mori. He finds McNair. Paddy McNair hits the top of the bar. That's the closest either side have come to a goal to this point. That was a decent effort there from Paddy McNair. Good strength from Defoe to hold off the defender. Oh, what sort of attempt that was from the man in the middle. I tried to just stretch to get there, but I was too far away. You could see Paddy McNair was winding up for the shot. It was more in desperation than anything else, but thankfully he hit the bar and they weren't able to take the lead. James Ward-Prowse looking to get Iñaki Williams in behind. It's a great floated ball. Can he keep it in? Oh, Iñaki Williams, how's he done that? And he's turning side well too. We'll lay this in to McCarthy. McCarthy looking for Morales. Roll the defender. After he nearly scored at one end, we've gone straight up the other and taken the lead. My left mid situation still is really, really difficult. Balassi either scores or gets assists when he plays, and now Morales just squeezes us 1-0 in front himself. Starting for the first time in 2 games. Oh, it came up off the knee and then off the underside of the arm and squirms over the line. I don't care. We've been second best here, but we lead at the Stadium of Light. Shows you how much we've struggled in this game. That was my only genuine shot of the entire half. And I've only had 41% possession as well, but somehow we lead. Morales, Witsel, poke that, Lukaku. Oh, wrong foot, the defender. Romelu Lukaku. Oh, he got caught, but it doesn't matter. He's gone in anyway. Romelu Lukaku immediately at the beginning of the second half gives us a 2-0 lead. I think we were about to get a penalty there because he got taken down and the advantage symbol came up. I think the defender thought I was going to try and go onto my left, and I turned inside. He's put a foot in. I don't even know whether he actually touched me there. To be fair, there wasn't much contact, if any. They just caught my right foot. Just caught Lukaku's right foot. He's gone down in a heap, but in off the inside the post. Wow. 2 shots in this game, 2 goals. We are extending our lead. Prowse down the line to Morales. Try a cheeky Ronaldo chop to get in the box. I was hoping I might get a penalty there, actually. I was trying to just dangle a leg. Iñaki Williams got the pace to get away. Could have gone down in that situation. Stands up to the back post. Lukaku, 3-0. It's been one of my worst performances of the season so far, but it looks like it might just be our biggest win. Lukaku gets his second of the game, our third, and we are storming towards a 4th set of 3 points. There goes the final whistle again. A 3-0 victory away from home against Sunderland. Not an impressive performance, but a very pleasing result. Brace for Lukaku as well. Really getting the hang of using him now. I could not be happy with how this season has started. Apparently, we've only had 2 shots on target, but we scored 3 goals. Sunderland had no attempts in that second half. It was all one-way action. This is going very well. This is going very, very well. I'm not sure. You should see. I should have enough hours left. My brain is trying to catch up with what I want to say. I should have enough hours left to get a video out for you tomorrow. And hopefully I can jangle or wangle the hours with regards to my player as well to be able to get a video out every single day of this series until full release. So we should be okay. But from the opening 4 games, we currently sit top of the table. The only remaining side to have won all 4 opening games. Still a number of teams that are undefeated. Still a number of teams to actually start to improve and put together a run of form. Looking at you, Manchester City, Manchester United and Spurs. But the start to the season has been extremely good for us. Southampton, Burnley and West Brom in the relegation zone. We will play 2 games again tomorrow. Like I say, once full release is out, I'll be able to play 3 games per episode. But we'll play Middlesbrough and then Manchester United. And we'll gauge how we get on in that Manchester United game as to whether I should up it to Legendary or not. So if we do well against Middlesbrough and Manchester United, I'll probably step it up to Legendary for the foreseeable future. But for now, I couldn't be happy with the way things are going. This Everton shirt has done me proud. in the first episode it's been involved in. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too if you haven't to this point to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. Thank you for your continued support on the channel. It's been blowing my mind the way that you guys have been watching every video and subscribing to the channel in droves as well. If you're new, welcome. But for now, from me, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.